Hi everyone, welcome to my channel How to Cook Mexican Food. And today I'm going to show you how to make sopa de fideo. So you're gonna need the fideos, tomatoes, half piece of an onion, and one garlic, one piece of chicken bouillon or chicken flavor, some salt. Also, if you want to change a bit the recipe, if you want to give it a twist, you will need some just a little bit of cilantro. I don't have this right now, but you can do it if you like, if you just want to change the flavor a little bit. So first thing we're going to do is I'm going to put this aside, and we're just going to chop. We're going to chop in half the onion and the garlic. We're going to put it in the blender. And then I'm going to cut in 8 pieces the tomatoes. And I'm just going to add right now to the blender about 2 tomatoes. Okay? So, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go to my sink and I'm going to fill this blender with some water. I have filled my blender with water to about here. And I'm going to go to the blender in a high speed and I'm going to blend this real well. Okay, so I've done that. I already blend this. Right now the tomatoes are kind of not that good. We are in the winter, so but in the summer you would get a very nice red color. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put all of the rest of my tomatoes in the blender. And I'm going to repeat the same thing. I'm just going to fill it up with water here. And I'm going to blend it and I'm going to leave it here in the blender. I'm going to add some oil to a sauce pot. Make sure it's not hot, okay? Make sure it's cold because this soup is going to burn quickly. If you do that, your soup is going to burn quickly. So make sure you put in the pasta or the soup, whatever you want to call it, in there. And then you can turn on the heat. And when you see that the oil is hot, starts to get hotter. Now you could see here, the oil starts to get a bit hotter. And this is the time when you want to mix your fideos real well. Right now you can see there are pieces that are already like brown color. This is the time that you want to add your tomato. You can of course strain it if you like, but I don't like doing that. So I just pour it directly. I use no strain at all. But if you like, you can do it. And remember, it was 2 parts. So I already added the first part and then the second one. And you're going to say, wow, that's a lot of sauce. But in reality, it's not. You will see in 20 minutes how these fideos are going to kind of get bigger and bigger. So right now I'm going to season this. As I told you before, I'm going to use just chicken bouillon. I like to always crush the chicken bouillon cube with my hands. This way I make sure it gets dissolved all over the soup. I'm going to taste it and I'm going to see if it's missing some salt. And it's just a tiny piece. It's just a little bit of salt that is missing. I'm gonna mix it again and I'm gonna try it again until you feel like it's perfect. If you do it the other way around, you add the salt and then you say, okay, it's good, Then you add the chicken bouillon, you are in real trouble because you're gonna have a salty soup. Now, if you want to make it with cilantro, just wash it. Just a few, let's say, just a little bit of cilantro. Just wash it, put it in right now, and then, now that the soup is well seasoned, I have right now a high heat. But anyway, I'm gonna cover it. You like to add some vegetables, you can. You can add potatoes, carrots, whatever you want. Okay, just as long as it cooks under the 20-minute time that you have to cook this soup. But you know, we usually Mexicans don't do that with sopa de fideo, but it's up to you. I'm just giving you some ideas of what you can do with the soup. Okay, now that your sauce came to a boil, I'm gonna give you another tip. Make sure your pot is centered. You could see here that the pot is not centered because look what's happening in here. So this is supposed to be happening in the center, not in the sides. So just give it its time, move it until you see that in the center is like that. It's all around, not just only here, because what's gonna happen is sometimes the fideo don't cook properly because it's not in the center. So you see, now that we moved it a little bit, it's going all around the pot. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna lower the heat to low heat, and I'm gonna keep it here for about 15 to 20 minutes. And I'll be right back with you when it's done. Now, after 20 minutes, you could check it out, and in 15 minutes, and you will see, look, now this is done. You can see how this fideos got bigger, and that's why you need so much liquid in this soup, because otherwise you will have a dry soup. So I'm going to turn it off, and I'm going to serve it in a bowl. Okay, so here is the soup finally. You can eat it with cheese, Parmesan cheese, or any cheese that will melt, even fresh cheese. I like it. Or you can eat it with some drops of lemon juice. And sometimes I'm not in the mood for lemon juice on the soup, and sometimes I am. So it depends on the mood. And well, I'm just gonna add some little bit of cheese that I have here, that my grandfather sent me from Mexico. And oh my god, this is just so good by itself without any other thing. But if you like, you can use it with some chicken cutlets or another kind of dish that you like. Leave a comment, subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial. See you next time. Bye bye.